Bro, why you gotta drop the motherfucker? Why so aggressive before the show even starts?
Honestly, it feels good to say motherfucker, right?
I know, it does. Mel gets mad at me because I swear all the time. And I'm like, but I'm not swearing at you. I'm just getting it out. That's just
swearing
me.
in general.
It's just words. And then I point out some obscure thing about people that cuss are actually higher IQ. She doesn't buy it.
No, I don't think your wife buys anything you say. Yo, shout out to the fact that we talked all the way throughout that countdown. Like,
damn right. You got to. That's our freestyle on that beat because I can't rap for shit. So that's how I do.
That was it. That was you pointing out the fact that your wife tells you cuss too much. But
and
yeah, man,
I try to, I try to get by saying high IQ people actually cuss a lot. She doesn't buy it.
You do actually cuss. Yeah, no, you definitely don't. You definitely do. I cuss way more than you do. But yeah, man, speaking of wives, we're gonna have a guest on the show. My brother from another mother, Daniel Granada, aka Six Borough, aka his wife is a shoe designer. He can't hear this part. He's gonna hear this after.
Yeah.
Or any of that. So I'm very interested to see what he says about that. But yeah, man, wanted to have him on the show. We always talk about a bunch of shit, but I kind of put him on the spot right before we come on, telling us we're going to talk about our significant others and what they mean to us, because we constantly talk about ours and we constantly give them flowers while they're here. So we just wanted to like have this standalone pod and make it about that. So after this intro, you'll see a little Colombian dude underneath both of us, and that's what we do.
So he's
John,
he's little. You're saying he's a little Colombian dude? Damn, he's Colombian? Yeah. So he and I have more in common than you and I do, because I'm like half Colombian. I was born in Venezuela. 100%. My mother's Colombian.
Oh, yeah,
shit.
no, 100%.
All right.
Yeah, all right, man. Let's set it off with this intro, and we'll be back with Danny Granada. Yo, what are you doing right now?
The big V. Look, man.
All right, man. Let's just jump right into it.
I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. That's what I'm doing. So I made my wife wake
like
up.
Doing ad-libs over the intro.
Right, that's what I'm gonna do it now.
What's up con eso?
¿Qué pasó, papá? ¿Cómo estás?
My favorite line. ¿Qué pasó, papá?
Now, when you bought that sweater, right? You just go, fuck it. Bring back the sweaters, John. All sweaters matter. Mr. Rogers. You've tuned into the Man Chatter podcast.
Stay tuned.
Yo, here we go. Got the boy Danny on the show, man. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on? It's pretty cool. Right there, it said I was backstage while I was waiting.
Oh, is that what it says?
I feel like you're important.
You're backstage. Only the host can see you. I was like, well, damn. I don't think you see that I was flicking you off.
Yeah, of course I did. It's a normal reaction for you. Even if I can't see you, I know you're insulting me in some way.
Just making sure.
Yeah,
they don't want that to go unnoticed.
No, I see.
Even when he's not physically doing, like metaphorically, he's flicking you off.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the way it works for us is we see you in the bottom, you know what I mean? Because we're both on the control panel, so we see you down there in a little thumbnail, so we know what you're doing, you fucking asshole. But yeah, look, that started off a little aggressive, and it's fine. That's what we do. But yeah, so
yeah,
100%.
Bring it down. That's how he's. Right. Hey, by the way, the previous podcast, he's like, hey, I respect you. Every time we bring someone on the show, I give him nothing but respect, and then he opens the show up like this.
Yeah,
I guess he doesn't count you as a human being. I'm not sure.
I also
said
that
reevaluate your friendship.
The dynamic of me and my
we're just long-term acquaintances.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, but I also said that with all my friends, we have that dynamic that's agreed upon. Because the previous pod, if you watched it, because we did do it live, was saying that it's one thing when you have that dynamic of friends, like that you insult each other and roast each other and talk shit, but like when it's not agreed upon, it's just like one person constantly talking shit, as like almost bullying. That's not a friendship, you know what I mean? Where it's just like one person constantly talking shit to the other person. You're like, okay, this
not
is
to
weird.
Go off on a tangent, but I felt like that's what you had with some of your Facebook friends a while back.
Yes, yeah.
And I would bring that up to you. I was like, dude, this doesn't seem like a friendship. It seems like you guys are really going at each other pretty hard.
Yeah. I know exactly who you're talking about too, but 100%.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about too.
Initials AC.
I was like, this is kind of weird, but it's you.
No, 100%, and that's hence why I had to get off social media, because it just became like it was an addiction and all that shit. But yeah, man. So
by the way, you can always turn off notifications, man. That's what I do. I only get WhatsApp messages and text. That's it. Everything else, I just check it whenever I feel like checking it.
Yeah, I got that I don't even have my notifications for Twitter. So yeah, it's probably a good idea too. Because I still have like the Man Chatter podcast Instagram, but I'm never on it. So yeah, man, staying on topic here. So John had an idea and I give him his credit when credit is due. He had we always talk about our wives and like the projects that they do and stuff like that. But we also wanted to talk about, like, I guess, John, with your idea. Why should I introduce your idea when you could just talk about it? How about you say it?
Thank you. I was just waiting because you know how you're egotistical. You remind me of Brendan Shaw or Joe Budden. You know, you do like 80% of the talk, and then Rory Mall just say,
Yeah.
So
be my split star. That's it.
Oh, your shit. Thanks. Split star. Yeah, we were talking about it last week. You know, like I was saying, Mel, my wife, we were both married to Mels. They're the Jordans, at least in my relationship. She's a Jordan. I'm not even the Pippen. I'm like the Bill Cartwright of the relationship. She's a Jordan. She carries the weight.
Are they Melanie's?
She's Mel, and she's not Melanie. And actually, I'm not gonna say her legal name on air because
I'm not allowed to say my wife's legal name either.
Because you won't see me for any more podcasts after that. So she's a Mel with an H, MHEL, and then Melanie. So because I recognize my role on the team. I know I'm a role player, and a minor role player at that.
Not even a starter. Not even.
not even the sixth man.
He's not even a Jamal Crawford.
Fuck, Jamal Crawford is a beast. Come on, I wish I could be a Jamal Crawford.
That's what I'm saying. You're not a Jamal Crawford.
Oh shit. So I wanted to. We talk about our wives a lot. I wanted to have an episode where we celebrate our significant others, our spouses, or most of our friends are married, long-term relationships if they're not married. And so we talked about it, and the idea was Mother's Day? Well, it wasn't just for Mother. It was around Mother's Day or before. It was actually after Mother's Day when we talked about it. But that is what brought on the idea. I was like, we should have a show with 4 or 5 of us, and then Ben kind of he took it a step farther where he said, no, you know what? Let's just, whenever we bring on a guest, instead of having 5 people on at a time, each person we bring on. We'll kind of ask them, and we'll ask them about all the great things about their wives, and to talk about their significant other, or wife, or girlfriend, husband, whoever, depending on whoever we bring on the show, and just to celebrate their significant other. And so you happen to be lucky number 1 or number 11.
Number 11.
So let me
lucky number 11.
Share my screen.
So John has. So if you guys are listening to us and not watching, John has a PowerPoint presentation ready.
I do not. I don't have the bullets. I just have the visuals.
There's no bullets, but there's visuals to this for his wife business. And Danny, also, I don't know how it works on your tablet. You should also have in the bottom like a screen share thing if you wanted to go through like the stuff that your wife creates and all that stuff. I would if I could, but there's no social media on my side.
No screen share.
Oh, okay, that sucks. Gotta get you. I'm sure you can speak on it. How you doing over there, Johnny?
Let me share the screen. Bring up the tab. Before I do that, let me make sure I have it in the right. I wanted to share something before we get in. Before we get into,
it would be inappropriate for this series.
Yeah, I'm trying to close out all those tabs.
World Star,
keep popping up though.
World Star Hip Hop. Vixen of the week.
I can't click out of all this shit fast enough. They just keep popping up.
They do.
You never told me about this shit. All right. So that would be, we'll do with the window.
So how long? I mean, while we do what you're doing, how long you guys been married? Ben, you've been married for what, 6-7 years?
5 in July.
And Jonathan, you've been married how long?
This year will be 13 in September. Since 2008.
You're still wearing the ring?
Yeah.
Do you wear your ring, Ben?
Yeah, I wear my ring. Yep.
Yeah, this was the.
Didn't you almost break your finger? I got a couple
of rings on actually.
Is that why you stopped wearing it, Danny?
No, I just don't like wearing jewelry.
Oh, that makes sense. It's not like it matters.
I mean, she cares.
I bet All right. Hey, I wanted to bring something up, okay? I was in Germany, summer of 2019, and I took a picture of this ice cream bar. It's in Germany. I don't know what it means. I didn't look it up, but I just thought that they were on the verge of like an international incident.
And it's chocolate bar too, huh?
It's a chocolate bar. It's chocolate
Yo,
on the
shout out to the
inside,
fact that
chocolate on the outside, and
one vowel off.
The original though. Hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring that up because I don't know. It's just it was close.
That's original. That's it.
That's original.
That's original.
That's racist.
That's racist as fuck.
That's racist. So like we were saying before, you know, I'm the Bill Cartwright. You know, I'm the we'll stick with the Bulls instead. I was gonna go other teams, but I'm the Bill Cartwright of the relationship. She's a Jordan, and so she's just creative. She is a creative, whether it was with the cakes. I'm a creative in a different way, but like her cakes are just amazingly talented. She was starting a business towards the end of her Army career, and then afterwards creating custom-made cakes. And now that we're here in Ohio, she's no longer doing the cakes. I mean, she'll do them from time to time, but now we always talk about the projects that go on in the house, and that's absolutely about 95% of her. The work, the idea, the execution. Yeah, I'm there to. The reason why we have pictures is because I'm putting in that 5%, taking the pictures, and maybe I might like paint or open up a can of paint, stir it. Maybe I don't know. So, yeah. So let's go with the cake since I was talking about the cakes.
Yeah, we'll start with the cake.
Yeah, this was back in 2015. Again, she started. This was like she had just started. She just, you know, like a lot of us do with a lot of things. YouTube University. You know, she had this idea. She had this drive that she wanted to do this. She had tried it, and she started looking at YouTube videos and different tutorials and experimenting. And I was 2015. I think we were in Tennessee by that time. Yeah, man, like I was blown away by the fact that she was able to do this type of quality of work in such a short period of time. And so a lot of these things that she made were actually free for friends, for work. And I had to be her, just like I'm on Ben about like, hey, you need to be on social media, you need to do this, you need to do this for the show or do this other thing. I had to be her manager and remind her that she has to promote herself, promote her business differently.
Yeah.
Let's see. This was a cars themed cake again for a friend. He wasn't charging for a lot of these, and I'm just again blown away. A lot of the stuff was done with fondant work. This was actually one of her. I'm gonna skip from this one to this. Was one of her earliest ones, if not her first one. And
that was like the Toy Story font.
The Toy Story cake.
Yeah.
With like the only thing she didn't do was like the actual figures which she bought, but she made the bed. She figured out how to make the floor look like actual like wooden planks with like marshmallow fondant and how to like glaze it.
That's pretty cool.
She's always been this creative. I'll call her a creative genius because once she stopped doing the cakes, like it just it went from cakes to I had the pictures up of we've redone cabinets, shelving. We put up in the room that I'm in right now. We put up the walls. She created a barn door. She always finds ways to release like that creative energy, that creative drive that she has. And I'm trying to find. Well, I have it here. I just got to scroll back up towards the top. I'm gonna see if I can find the video. This is you're seeing all these. That was paragliding, Switzerland. Let's see. I think it's way farther up. So I tried to. Yeah, Danny was telling me how like, oh, okay, that's nice. You haven't been to the office in a year. That's nice. I don't hate you.
No, I said I do hate you with a passion.
Oh, you said you do hate me. Okay, never mind. I misunderstood.
You edited his insult. That's what that was.
Yeah. I'm not gonna no. We're not gonna play me deadlifting.
Yeah, the shot of your calves is unnecessary, bro.
I mean, just show it to Carlos. Tell him that's what you got to do, man.
Yeah, he records himself. Or that's you, John. We know what you look like. We're seeing you.
I know. I'm trying to scroll up, man. I got a lot of pictures on my Google Photos. You got 15 gigs of pictures. I was drunk as fuck here with my mom with like a Venezuelan corn sauce. Fucking delicious, by the way. Put it on everything.
What is corn sauce?
Yeah, dude, just try it. There it is. That's the sauce right there. You can find it in Miami. You can't even see, but whatever bottle looks like that, because that's a blurry ass picture. Yeah.
Then you can see how drunk you are, bro. Eyes are like a
You
mirror.
can tell, right?
You look.
Yeah.
You also
I
look a little
wasn't driving
toasted.
anywhere that night.
You also look a little
No,
toasted,
no, no.
Brianna. I was looking
Just
real
alcohol.
Snoop. Is what I'm saying.
That's the alcohol, man. Look, here I am trying to promote the fucking shirts.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
Ben doing? Avoiding social media. Our social media manager avoiding social media. I don't get it, man.
I'm gonna have to hire somebody. I'm gonna have to hire somebody on to do that shit. People do that shit too. Like
Look,
that's a real career. Like social.
There's people that
they
really
do
that. Yes.
Yeah, that was crazy. So yeah, show
our
your.
bathroom, which this was the second bathroom, but there was nothing. Like I helped do some of probably most of the demo, right? I can break shit. I just can't make shit. And then this was essentially, I'll say about 90% of the work was her, like laying down the tiles and putting all that stuff in. And what the fuck? How to say fuck you in a nice way? Oof, I'm gonna have to look into that. But that's the finished product. Again, she just finds an outlet for that creativity that she has. And if it's not the cakes, if it's not trying some new recipe, it's like, okay, hey, we got a house that was built in 1974. In 1974, let's fix some shit. And if it doesn't need fixing, let's find something to create. Man, I'm truly like blown away by her ability to just do some of this stuff.
Where'd you meet her?
We were both stationed in Korea when we met. We were both in the army, and I was actually like a private PFC E3, so she outranked me for sure. She was an E5.
I'm assuming the numbers at the end were the rankings because everything else you said was 4 and 3.
Yeah. The pay grade.
She was a 5, you were a 3. Got it.
Yeah, 5 is more than 3. Yeah.
And,
that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, there you go. It's the opposite of golf. It's so she was a 5, I was a 3, so she outranked me. And I was at that point given the brief. I would brief people. I came into country about their benefits, and I worked in finance, and I did their paperwork. And she was asking all these questions during the briefing, and I had to like kind of tell her like, "Hey, look, I can take your questions offline, like after the briefing, because I got someone else that's waiting to do their part, but I don't want to hold up the process, right?" And but after the fact, she told me, she's like, I was like, I kept asking questions because like, okay, and then she stood up and she saw me, and I was like, she's like, oh, I don't know. As she walked towards me to turn in the paperwork, because I'm like 5'4" on a good day with my boots on. She's like, all right, I can work with this. I think she's like 5'5.5".
I've never heard this story.
She's 5'9", you said?
No, she's 5'5.5", 5'6". I'm really like 5'3" and 3/4. So I'm not even 5'4". It depends who's measuring me. So she's like a good 3 inches taller than me, 2.5, 3 inches. And then after
noticeable.
And it's noticeable. And then after we went out, I don't know what Jordans I was wearing, some like Jumpman brand shoes, but they must have been platform shoes. They must have had an extra thick fucking cushion on. Because she was like, oh, he's taller than I thought. And then when I switched out shoes to like some Nike Frees that had no cushioning, she was like, wait, what happened? What happened? But it was too late. It was too late. I had got her by that time. It was too late.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh shit.
That's some funny shit. I never heard that story, man. That's how you met her, was given a brief. That's cool shit.
I gave the finance brief.
And you met Melanie through Plenty of Fish?
Yeah, I met her through Plenty of Fish. Legit.
Oh, where is it? Damn, I think I scrolled through the last thing that I wanted to show you guys. I don't think you're right. I haven't told you that story. I was laughing. I haven't told that story. But yeah, she had no choice. She was just in too deep. Like the movie, just in too deep.
All right. Okay. Calm down there, LL Cool J.
Hey,
and it works too,
that looks like a fucking dungeon, but it's a beautiful barn door. Again, on the other side, you can see the rest of this. Like this, that's a shot from the outside of the room that I'm in. Yeah, man. She just. Oh, there's the video of me. Here's me taking pictures. This Ben saw this. Like some door. This door is from like God, I gotta say from 2010 or something. We've carried that shit every time we moved from Fort Jackson, from South Carolina. We went to Washington, to Tennessee, and now here. Because she's like, no, I'm gonna do something with it. All this shelving up here, she created all that shelving. Like I just helped hold it up so she can drill that shit in.
In the last 10 years, you moved four times?
We were in the army, so like every 2 to 3 years, you're moving.
Oh, you're still
So,
active?
no. When we were, but yeah, I'm
Yeah,
done.
she's retired.
She's retired, and I got out in 2015. Yeah.
His wife served 20 years.
So you guys purposely chose Cleveland.
Purposely is a strong word. That's a strong word, man. That's where the opportunity. That's where the opportunity was, and that's where the career opportunity was. So we took it, and I definitely gave her fair warning, like, hey, these winters over here, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. It's gonna be bad, worse than anything you've ever experienced. We're by the lake.
No, it can't be as bad as like Kentucky or something.
No, we were in Tennessee, like on the Tennessee-Kentucky border. It's much worse than that. It's terrible.
Oh, really?
We were on the lake, so you get all the snow because we're on the snow belt, and you get all that wind. This past winter was okay. The one before that was like -20 for a week. Nah.
-20.
It is what it is. Here's me. Is this video? I don't know. But it's really hard doing work while I'm like sipping a lemonade or sangria or something. And she turns his door into a workbench. So she turns that door into like, no, I can put my bike up there and work on my bike. So she created something for me to do work on, whatever it is that I feel like it. Yeah.
A bicycle or motorcycle?
No, bike. Like I don't think it's up here because we have the bike.
Don't reach the pedals on a motorcycle.
No, I'm not allowed to have a motorcycle. Oh, this bike right here. I think you might see it right here. My mountain bike, or my kid's mountain bike. So like, or any other stuff that we need a table for, and it just folds against the wall when you're not using it. And I was like, do we really have to do this? She's like, no, but you're not doing it. I am. I was like, all right, I'll take the pictures. So that's how that worked out. But yeah, no, like, man, she's awesome. She's super creative. And because she's retired, she can just choose to do whatever she wants with her free time. And she always has something to do around the house, whether it's projects or, like I said, with the cakes or just other things. Like I'm amazed at all this stuff that she does. Like I didn't even show you all the cakes, but I mean, even just that Toy Story one and the ones that you've seen, I was blown away when she started doing all that. So Mel, I know you watch this. Sometimes you watch them live. This one's not live, but love you. Proud of you. I'm fortunate, glad to be your husband. I'm glad that I was able to okie doke you with those fucking platform shoes, and I reeled you in, and you're stuck with me now. All right, I think I'm good. I'm gonna release my. You already got rid of the screen share. All right, good.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. I knew it was coming. I figured you wanted to be actually. Yeah, you got your brownie points. You brought her flowers. Danny, you want to go next or?
You can go. I would see. I'm not really sure. I'm not the complimenting type.
You ain't got a choice tonight, man.
Yeah, put you on the spot. Let's see. Man, listen. Danny knows. Well, yeah, Danny knows what I was like before I met my wife. I was an asshole. I was a cold-hearted person. Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah,
things that have changed, or you just like
yes, no things that have changed. Like I'm still an asshole
anymore. Okay, all right, let's go.
No, I'm still an asshole.
Sorry, I'm not gonna interrupt your soliloquy. Go for it.
yeah, please. Don't let this moment live in the moment. Right?
I apologize.
Like in those manners, we're like
truth here.
Yeah, exactly. We're straight up line. This is the circle of truth.
I'm just playing.
But yeah, man, listen. When I met my wife, I knew from the moment I saw her that she was gonna be the person I was gonna marry. I knew instantly. It was like one of those things where, like, yeah, I had those moments when I got carried away in the past with like wild shit, but this feeling like eclipsed all those other moments because I just knew, dude. Like I remember when I met her, we ate like chicken wings and we watched the Dolphins game, which I didn't even like care about football anymore. I was like, fuck it, we'll go watch it. And I was like, yeah, I saw her. I was like, well, that's it. It's a wrap for me. I think I've told you guys this story. The day, like that same day after our lunch, because we had a date. That's how I knew it was real. I had a date with her. Right after I called, I was like, I asked her, like, yo, what ring size do you want? Because I'm gonna marry you. It was probably the wildest shit I've ever said to anybody. Because I was like, I'm never gonna talk to her again. That's it. Stage 5 clinger. It's a wrap. Like this, she thinks I'm fucking crazy. It's over. Obviously, worked out well. I made sure that like I wasn't the man who I've been with other girls or with other women with her. Like I took note of the conversations you and I would have, Danny. Like, yo, man, you're a fucking dick. Like you get like you go off on these tangents and you're rude and all this shit to like to girls or whatever. And like so I took notes of those moments. I might not have like said it and didn't obviously repeat it with girls who didn't matter. Cause you know what I'm saying? And then they didn't. But like with her, like all those things clicked. And with her, I did everything different. I made sure that like I communicated my emotions and I talked to her about it. And there's moments when I'm like, we give each other our moments to like lash out and rage, you know what I mean? Because there's moments we get mad, like especially living where we live, we're all we really have to talk to, right? Like besides like the conversations us three have together and separate. I mean, she's really it. So she gets to see like a lot of like things that, you know what I'm saying, that like I don't show a lot of people. So with her to be understanding and to listen to me in those moments where I'm like, man, fuck all this shit. Like I want to rip somebody's, I want to rip it, like I want to reach in somebody's fucking face and rip their jaw apart. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to work or different moments like that. And she lets me be that crazy person. Like listens to me. She's like, all right, are you good now? Like you got that all out? The fact that she lets me be vulnerable with her, something that like I don't tell her enough about. Like I don't have a PowerPoint presentation like Jonathan had and all this stuff. I'm gonna keep bringing that up because you did. You were ready. You were ready, son. I congratulate you though, man. Like I give you a lot of.
It was my idea. I better be ready.
Yeah, I give you credit for that though. Like for you to have that ready and capture those moments. Like it's one of the reasons. On a little side note, it's one of the reasons why I started the podcast. Right, it was like to have these recorded moments for us to like play back at a later date. For us to be like, oh man, that was pretty cool that we did that, or I'm saying reminisce on our friendship back in the day because you never know what could happen the next day. So this podcast is actually an homage to her because she was the one that came up with the name. She was like, "Oh, what do you think about Man Chatter?" You know, when I was like, when I was trying to think of a new name and figure out what I was going to do after like in my own words, and she's always helped me be creative, and she's like fed that creativity gene and hunger in me. Like, oh, why don't you try this? Oh no, that looks good. What about this? And she's very similar in that way, where she seeks out those creative things. Like she's decorating our house now. Like she's redone the bathrooms, painted all this shit, hung up, like designed everything in her vision, while still taking me into account and not just making it, you know what I'm saying, like hyper feminine. You know what I'm saying, like taking into account like how everything should look and stuff like that. So she's definitely the best person. Like I don't say it enough to her. Like she's the best woman I've ever had in my life. And I think I realized it the most when she's not there, because like she'll go home to see her family, and I'm like sitting alone at the house, and I'm just got like I got my dog with me, and I'm like, fuck man, there's so much more that she does than I ever like really think about. You know what I mean? That like it like because it comes so naturally to her, and she takes care of all these things that I don't even like think about it. It's just that these things are done. It's not like things around the house, is just like little things, you know what I mean? Like just like sitting there with her and talking with her and shit like that. When you're just sitting there alone, it's like, you know, there's like nobody else I want to fucking talk to. Like I want to talk, you know what I mean? Like that'd be cool to talk to the group, but like it's not the same. It's not the same reaction and feedback. So she's, like I said, she's the best woman I ever met, and I don't say it enough. And now it's recorded, and she could play this back forever. And after this, I'll probably call her and tell her again. But yeah, man. That's my soliloquy. That's my rant. And it was a rant without cussing. How about that? I did not curse once, or did I? I didn't, right? Oh, asshole. I said asshole at the beginning. Or in reference to myself.
And you're correct. Yeah, and you're correct.
Okay. I don't appreciate both you motherfuckers. Saying, wait, you're not an asshole? Like both you had that.
I felt like that. I felt like when you're gonna start off something where you're saying, I'm gonna spill my feelings and be truthful, and then you started off literally with a lie.
Yeah.
I felt like you needed a redo, and I think it came out a lot better.
You needed that mulligan for sure.
Yeah.
I needed that drop ball right there. I appreciate it.
You starting it off like that just wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, it was like, hey, I'm not an asshole. What? Hold on,
wait a second. It didn't feel genuine. For sure.
We're telling the truth now.
It didn't. After that, you were rolling.
I rolled it in. I went real LeBron with it. I made sure. I gotta watch that game, bro. Yeah, D, you're up, my brother.
Well, I mean, Jonathan had a PowerPoint.
Yep.
You had your renewal of vows
written down ready.
You kind
Monologue,
of sprung this on me.
Well, actually, I freestyled that whole thing. I had an overarching idea. Like, remember like back in school where like they gave you like the fucking brainstorm thing, and then you have
The
like
clusters?
the clusters. That's what I did. Very much so how I run this podcast. It's just in clusters.
Sometimes it does. Let's see, what could I say about Jenny? Jenny, by the way, I can't say her legal name.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
You can. Can you
But
sell the? Can we sell the story?
I will tell you that her nickname Jenny is nothing like her original name.
No.
Same here.
Okay. So same with you.
Nothing.
Because like Jenny starts with a J. Her starts with.
You can't say it.
Yeah, somewhere down the line in the alphabet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What can I say? I don't even know where to begin. Let's see. When I met her, I didn't want to get married. Right? I was having my fun.
Yes.
She played hard to get. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
When I met her, obviously I liked her. Fell in love, married. I didn't realize I was getting not just a great wife, but a great mother.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we've been married now for 8 years now.
Yep, 2013, yeah.
And I just started realizing the strength, because like she's an artist, like she does a lot of things, but I didn't realize how strong she was up until the last couple of years. Because I mean, we've had some issues, right? I've had some issues that she's held me down for. Then we've had some medical issues with her family. She lost her mother last year. She lost her father to COVID a couple months ago. And through all of that, throughout the day, we have 2 kids, and she keeps a smile on her face. She holds in the tears until they're both down to bed. And she might let them out once they're sleeping, but when the kids are awake, she's Supermom. And she doesn't let anything out. She holds me down. If I'm having a bad day, I'll get home, and even though she's been home all day with the kids, tired as shit, she knows I had a long day at work, and she does everything possible to get the kids to just, relax and let me rest, give me some food. So I didn't realize the strength of Jenny up until the last couple of years. And that's just one of the things that I can say about her, because she's just such a diverse individual with her sense of humor, with her artistic abilities. But I guess once you guys started talking about, you wanted to talk about your wives, the one thing that stood out to me is that what a strong woman she is, and how, I don't know, I'm sure maybe you guys do, but like as a man, I feel confident in a lot of aspects. But like when I have her next to me, I feel almost invincible. Like whatever we decide to do, we're gonna figure this shit out. Just because I feel like she gives me that extra, like, I don't know, like I just feel more confident when I'm next to her.
She just her presence improves you as a man.
She just makes me better. So again, I'm not the complimenting type. Like I was ready to go on here and just start insulting her. Then I figured that'd be nice. But so not to go off on a full tangent and bloviate too much. Just she's strong, a lot stronger than I realized. Probably a lot stronger than I would be in her situation. She's artistic. She's had a hard time, but she's found an escape. She's always been artistic with party planning and things like that. But to get over her grief, she started learning how to sketch on YouTube back in November. She told me that her goal was to learn how to sketch good enough to one day, years down the line, be able to sketch her mother. She sketched her mother on Mother's Day, 4 or 5 months into learning how to sketch. It's a beautiful sketch. Like, I'm not sure how she does what she does, but she does it. She started customizing shoes on the side also. Like she's a hustler. She's just so many things. She's just amazing. And if I couldn't do the whole PowerPoint thing like Jonathan.
Yeah.
But
when you get a laptop, you got you.
If you were ever curious to see some of her sketching and stuff, she started an Instagram page.
Yeah.
Which is Yade, YADE _Granada.
Okay.
And
Oh, I see it.
you can see the sketches that she does. And I don't think anywhere there she's posted that she learned how to sketch, started learning in November when her father was in the hospital with COVID.
Mhm.
That's kind of how she was dealing with those long nights, calling the hospital to check up on his status. And that's when she started sketching. And how far she's come in that small amount of time, it's mind-blowing to me. People see that and they refuse to believe me that she had never even attempted a sketch before November.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm looking at it now. That is
Yeah, and the one on Mother's Day is her mom, and that was her goal, and she
amazing.
reached that quick. She's only been doing it since November, so she's an amazing person.
Yeah,
So,
man.
but I still don't like her.
But that's still you gotta
Yeah,
end
yeah,
it with
you gotta. Hey, don't let your head get too big.
yeah, exactly. You gotta calm her down there. But yeah,
This
man,
is
look,
an homage to you, but don't get too high on
No,
your.
don't get to you.
So-
You can listen to the 35 minutes of this on how much we love our wives, but let's keep it cool there. I can still push it on a higher shelf, and you
But
can't
look, man,
reach it.
that's
You know what I mean?
what all the stuff that he talked about, and I didn't even talk about that, which is true. Like, as far as just feeling more confident when you're with her, like, you know, I don't know if it was growing up in Miami or being an immigrant or being around assholes like Ben or whatever, that you have to just like put up a front and you have to,
Okay,
be have this cocky, like just outer shell, whatever it is. But man, like there are times that as people, as men, as whatever, I doubt myself sometimes. And she's always been there to be like, no, like you, what's the term? Like, I have, God, I can't think of the word right now, or the term, imposter syndrome. Sometimes I'm like, I
Yes.
don't think I should be here. I don't think I've earned this. I don't. And she's like, no, you more than earned this. Like, you are deserving of this. Like, don't doubt yourself. She's always there.
Facts,
She's
yeah.
always had my back. I know that, as confident, as cocky, sometimes as I come off, and sometimes I have to do it. Like, I have to talk myself into like this attitude because, whether it's interviewing for a particular job or something, she's always been there to be that rock, to be that person that's like, yeah, you got this. Like she's always been there to hold me down. And I didn't really talk about that, but that's I don't know if
That's a
I'd
true-
be
that was
where I am without her, really. Like, and my mother mentioned it, and we're talking about our significant others, but just talking about the women in our lives. Like, my mother's been a hard worker, and she sacrificed so much for us to have opportunities that she didn't have. We immigrated from Venezuela. I'm Venezuelan Colombian. I'm a mutt, and she taught me that hard work. And she mentioned something the other day when we were talking on the phone, that like, she's like, I'm so glad that not everyone can find a partner like you and Mel. Like, it's tough. If people get married, they get divorced, it doesn't work out. Not everyone can find that someone that complements them, where they complement each other and they have that strong foundation. And I've been so fortunate to have that in my wife, and obviously you guys have too. I count us as the lucky few. Not everyone has that. I'm not gonna end up with being like, but I don't like you, because that's not me. I'm an asshole, but not in that way.
That's me all the way.
he don't let him fool you, man.
Let me
Man
tell
knows
you
what he's
something. Nobody calls me a bitch more than my wife, and
Yeah, 100%.
And I talk
Yeah.
to Ben often.
doing.
Oh, damn,
that's
yeah.
true. No, yeah.
Yeah.
But and she says it with like, but why you being such a bitch? Like, it's
Let
not
me
just
tell you
like
something. I work out with her at the gym. I'm like, damn, I'm tired. Stop being a bitch. Another rep. Damn, all right.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very there's a sentence and a feeling and an emotion behind it. When I just like, hey, man, what's going on, bitch? See, it's very quick. It's like, no, but why you gotta be such a bitch? Like,
It's
God damn,
to
why-
the point where she doesn't even have
It
to
makes
say
you-
it. She just kind of looks at you, and you already know what she's thinking.
I feel it.
Yeah, exactly. There's definitely a lot of bitchalisms in there. But yeah, man, like we just wanted to take some time out, man. Thank you for being the first person to talk about this. I know it's often not easy to put your emotions out there, even briefly, right? Because with the women that we have,
I'm not that guy. I don't like talking about my emotions.
yeah, I know. But with
That's
the
one
women
thing that she gets upset at me about is sometimes she could tell that I'm bothered, and she'll
Yeah.
ask me, and I'll be like, I'm fine. But it's
Yeah.
because I don't like overreacting.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to kind of just let things settle in and kind of think about them. And if I still bothers me in like an hour or two, maybe then I'll address it. But I don't like reacting right away. And a lot of people tell me that I'm wrong for that. but that way I never overreact or say something that I don't mean. So that's.
Are you saying like in a? Are you saying like in a fight, or just like things that happen on the outside that like knowing that something's bothering you?
I don't fight. She can argue against the wall. I don't fight.
Yeah. She sometimes she'll tell me like, hey, she'll say some stuff. She's like, come on, we haven't fought in a while. I'm like, we haven't fought in. When have we fought? She's like, exactly. Come on. I'm like, no. And then and Ben mentioned something our last podcast, which was the thing you were stressed out. It was so Melanie could see that you were bothered.
Yeah.
And for like a couple of weeks ago, I was being a dick. Like I was just being I wasn't being myself, and I wasn't treating Mel like I should have been. And I was just being short with her or something. And she brought it. I'm glad she brought it up. She's like, hey, like what's going on? And I was like, shit, you're right. Like, and you know what it is? I was sleeping like 4.5 hours a day. Why? I work from home. I don't know why, because I'm staying up to 2 a.m. watching TV, reading books. I read books. I watched.
He's always he's on permanent summer school. This fucking guy.
I was reading books on Kindle. I was watching Altered Carbon on Netflix. Altered Carbon on Netflix, and then I'm sleeping and waking up at 6:30, getting 4 hours of sleep. I'm like, you know what? How about I get 6 hours? 6 hours is probably not recommended, but it's more than what I was getting, and my entire attitude changed. And I was being a dick, and she called me out on it, and as she should have.
Yeah. So then to bring you up on why I was being a dick was because of the stuff that happened in my house. You know what I mean? Like the whole, it threw me off, and I was like, I was like often like on kill mode, which you've seen, and I was in that mode for 10 days. Like I was in that mode, like trying to just push everything, or like thinking something's gonna happen in my house. So like I was being short with her because I was just in constant like an aggression mode, and I was like, man, that's why I had to get out of the house on Monday to go shoot hoops. Or like I need to like burn off some of this fucking energy, like. And I was like being a dick to her, so I was like, we sat down yesterday, and we sat down and talked about it. We were like, yo, you're being a dick. I was like, yeah, I'm being a dick, and this is why. And then like after that, I felt better. Like talking with your, what I'm saying, like. Talking with your wife or your significant other, whoever that is often like sometimes the only person you can really talk to because they're the only person that's constantly around, right? Like they're always there. So whatever it is about, it doesn't have to be like one specific. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, that's why it's good to have healthy relationships with like other guy friends, right? Not just other people. Like men need men friends that they can find in like other males. That's not talked about enough. Where we're not supposed to talk about our feelings or whatever, but. That's the thing. Like sometimes you might need to talk to your boy before you talk to your wife, and he's like, "No, you might not want to say it like that. You might want to just take a minute, relax, approach it differently."
That's that's probably a topic for another show or something.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a very difficult time talking about my emotions with anyone. I kind of just bottle everything in. Yeah. I'm not that guy.
Definitely someone.
That's why saying my vows were so difficult in my wedding. And then when I finally said it, I started crying like a little bitch.
You did cry hard. You cried.
Finally opened up and it all came out.
Like one time in 8 years. That's how you get.
I'm a peacock. I just want to fly. Peacocks don't fly.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming out to the show, my brother. We got to get up out of here because it's just what it is, man. We got to do this again next time.
I will work.
Yeah, some people work.
Some people do work. That would be me. Hey, look, I still get up early, man. I still get up early.
No, but I
gotta.
He gets up at 6 to be off by 2. Like, and he's in his boxers and shit. Like,
I got a 12-year-old that I gotta make sure he gets on the school bus and all this other stuff. I got a kid that goes to school. All right,
and
come on.
Where I get to bed.
No, and then I take a nap and then I get to work.
Look at this motherfucker. So disrespectful. Oh, so disrespectful. Get back to work, you lazy bums.
Whatever you guys want, man. I'm always available. And now that I figured out how to get Chrome on this tablet,
don't hang up once we end the show.
Yeah, don't hang up. Once we end the recording, we gonna keep talking after. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much for checking out the pod. If you're watching, if you're listening, check us out on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow Yade_Granada to check out amazing illustrations. Check out the 6th Borough to show you the amazing illustrations that she does on shoes, because it's really her doing the work.
That's actually a sneaker teacher. I got a bunch of shit going on.
Sneaker teacher.
Yeah, he's got like 18. I'm actually. What up? Hey man, I might hire you as my social media manager and just drop another tab in there. I might just have you do that.
You might have to start paying him.
No, but the way that I don't got any money like this. This is purely based on friendship. That's all I got.
Share this. Make sure you follow us on YouTube because
we
we need followers on YouTube to hack this algorithm.
Look at them shit.
Keep going with these.
Look at that shit.
So
those are dope right there. I like
that
that color. All right, guys. Next thing you're about to hear is the outro because we out this bitch. Peace.